Hello, everyone. Welcome to TOI Sports, your daily guide to all that's happening in Indian cricket. Beyond the Boundaries, the name of the show. And we have a very important panel, very important discussion. We've got Arani Basu joining us from NCR and Gaurav Gupta joins us from Mumbai. Thanks a lot, gentlemen, for joining us today on the show. Very important topic to be discussed. We know what's happened in the test match in Ahmedabad. We'll come to that a little later. But the burning topic right now already is the fact that the former Pakistan captain Sana Mir has made a very, very inflammatory remark on commentary, referring to the Pakistan occupied Kashmir as Azad Kashmir. Where do you stand on this row that's erupted in the Women's World Cup, the latest in the India Pakistan saga?
Had it been, Chandresh, had it been in other circumstances, I would have given her the benefit of doubt that it must have been a slip of tongue and everything. But given the situation or the circumstances, you cannot give anyone a clean sheet here. It's like, I mean, the tempers are flying, people are emotional, the sentiments have taken over here. So, and nowhere in her explanation she mentioned.
I'm sorry, we have lost our guest there. Try and get our guests back, Arani and Gigi. We'll get them back. Yeah, Gigi, what do you have to make about this Sanamir fiasco that has happened yesterday?
See, I think once she said something and she's obviously inadvertently because that is what her tweet says, and then she's put out a detailed statement. I think let's put an end to it here. Matlab, why flare up the situation even more and go on and on about it? Now that she's virtually apologized for that and said that it's she didn't intend to hurt sentiments or emotions or anything like that. It was just a sort of a while talking about a player, and she actually attached a Cricinfo profile of the concerned player. I think Nisha. What's the name of that player? Nishant.
Natalia
Parvez.
Parvez.
नितालिया परवेज का उन्होंने जो प्रोफाइल डाला तो उसमें क्रिकेट में भी उधर आजाद कश्मीरी लिखा हुआ था सो आई थिंक शी सेड दैट she meant that she picked up the reference from there and she researched a bit about her so
No, but Gigi, sorry to say this. Are you trying to say that she didn't know from before that she's from that part of Kashmir? She required a Crick Info profile page to tell her that. She was the former Pakistan captain. इतना बेसिक रिसर्च तो करना चाहिए था ना उतना बेसिक तो पता होगा ना उसको.
Yeah, if you go to England and I mean when if you tour England, which now Arani has also done, this year, you would see that all the cabbies there, most of the Pakistani reporters, the taxi walas and all, they refer to that Kashmir, part of Kashmir, the POK as Azad Kashmir only. So I can understand where she's coming from. They in the Pakistanis refer to it as Azad Kashmir. I know that we obviously have a completely different view of it, and we view it as something that that the territory that belongs to us, and actually Pakistan has occupied it, and that's why we refer to it as POK. But it is something that in their this thing they refer to it like that, and it's obviously it's once she's tweeted about it, I still feel once she's made a statement and come out with a sort of an apology, I think it needs to be put to rest and not vitiate the atmosphere ahead of already what is a very very charged up and very very sort of a uncricket like atmosphere, which we have already seen and experienced in the Asia Cup. That what happens when politics completely takes over on a cricket field.
Arani, what is your take on this?
No, my take is simple that when you know that in the situation, the circumstances are emotionally charged, you need to be more careful. Even if it has come out inadvertently, now she's caught in a situation where she cannot concede or admit that it came out inadvertently as well, because she will face backlash from Pakistan. So there are ways to address that place, that area where she's coming from. She could have said that from a remote area of Kashmir and everything. But yes, uh, at this moment, like Gigi says, the sense would prevail if we don't blow it out of proportion. But how things have gone, I wonder if that will happen. I am expecting some kind of action or warning maybe would come internally or anything. But yeah, this is an ICC event again. There is nothing between BCCI and PCB that you can do here. So this is an ICC event. It's completely in ICC's court here. The ball is unlike the Asia Cup, which was the AC, PCB and BCCI had to report it to the ICC and they had to get it. Although they had their match referees, I don't know what they were doing for the first 10 days, why it took them to come to a hearing after a fortnight. So yeah, I won't be surprised if there is some kind of talks and everything in that. But yeah, I think she should be very careful now. I think the two teams, the two nations are at loggerheads, and you're sitting here making statements. I think you need to be careful about all these things. Yeah, I know cricketers and everything shouldn't be burdened with this responsibility, but see, if you are a public figure, you need to take that.
Gigi, there's a question from Urvashi Rao. She's asking, should India be boycotting Sunday's game again, considering Natalia Parvez is from a part that actually belongs to India? How can an Indian play for Pakistan?
This is a question and a story that you have been trying to explore since yesterday. I hope that's not you and that's a genuinely a listener, viewer or listener. Because it's
No,
something that she's
why are you
echoing
laughing?
your.
It's a serious matter, Gigi. You can't be joking about it.
No, 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 no. Please, I don't think we should drag politics to that extent कि ये यहाँ का है वो वहाँ का है तो नहीं
But
होना
the
चाहिए. By
Chinese
that
do
logic,
that with
so by that
Arunachal.
logic, tomorrow if a JNK player makes a debut for India or BCCI president is from Jammu, ठीक है तो कल को बोलेंगे पाकिस्तान बोलेगा नहीं जम्मू कश्मीर तो हमारा है तो इसीलिए अब हम इंडिया से कभी नहीं खेलेंगे क्योंकि जो बीसीसीआई प्रेसिडेंट है नया वो तो जम्मू से है ठीक है इसका
नहीं,
कोई
इसलिए
अंत
तो
नहीं है.
पासपोर्ट रहता है ना, इसलिए तो
हाँ
पासपोर्ट रहता है, तो
हाँ
पासपोर्ट तो इसीलिए
हाँ
रहता है।
ये इसका कोई एंड नहीं है रानी फिर तो then
हाँ,
the I in 2019 World Cup I met a journalist covering the World Cup who was from he told me he's from Kashmir so I actually thought that he's from India so I asked
हम्म,
him that कि आप कहाँ से हो कश्मीर में तो then he said मीरपुर then I looked up and I was like ये मीरपुर तो यार किधर दिख नहीं
मीरपुर।
रहा है तो मेरा 2-3 दिन नेक्स्ट में ये सोचता रहा then he said
मोस्ट ऑफ
नहीं
द
नहीं I am
cabbies आर
from the
फ्रॉम
Pakistan wala
मीरपुर।
Kashmir then I said oh ho acha like that then and I saw that he wasn't mixing a lot also with the other Pakistani reporters so this whole business of कि कोई कहीं then there's no end to it as I said फिर तो ये हो जाएगा कि आप प्रेस बॉक्स में पियोगे कभी कोई रिपोर्टर मत अलाउ करो जबकि होते हैं वहां पे so there's no end to this I mean if you go on and on it's going to become very difficult to pursue sport then and all kids in India will be, and Pakistan will be told that stop pursuing sport because कहीं ना कहीं तो ये सवाल आएगा ही पाकिस्तान के यहाँ इंडिया का सवाल आएगा इंडिया के यहाँ पाकिस्तान का it will keep getting dirty if you keep making it dirty simple as that keep it as a sport that's it play a cricket match play a whatever match and go back home यार don't bother about कौन कहाँ से है करके unless it really sort of जो हैरिस रॉफ ने किया for example that is really dirty the gesturing की plane crash हो गया and all that I agree but again it started with the whole no handshaking policy that we implemented and the statements the kind of statements that came out in the press conferences from all sides मैं किसी को यहाँ पर डिफेंड नहीं कर रहा हूँ neither was Surya right neither was our man I mean Salman Agha was right the way he finished off the press conference saying that India ने जो अटैक किया I think something like that he said उनके victims के लिए मैं पैसे डोनेट कर रहा हूँ अरे यार क्यों ला रहे हो तुम ये सब बीच में यार क्यों ला रहे हो फिर तो मतलब कोई एंड ही नहीं है ना उस चीज का तो it's just got very bitter and very very bad and the possibly the worst example of yeah
Arani, where do you stand on this whole thing? The question that was asked.
where she belongs from?
Yeah, but like because you know what the Chinese do with people from Arunachal and Sikkim, they give them stapled
Yeah.
visas. So they have so saying that you are actually part of China, and
See,
India raised
my
strong objection to that.
let's see it legally here. If you are playing an ICC tournament, your documents are there everywhere. I think if she has a valid passport and I don't think anybody can turn up at an ICC event or even any international cricket match like that. So everything's verified. I think ICC has cleared it. I don't think they will get into it. right now. There have been there have been so many age fraud accusations made after India has won World Cups, under 19 World Cups, and everything. So ICC doesn't revoke or take back their trophies, right? Yeah, so everything's cleared. It's cleared from ICC's end. uh, I don't think there is this is a very gray area. You cannot put a if she has a valid passport, she's playing for Pakistan. That's it. I think that needs to be. I don't think you need to go to UN for this now. I think let it be. She's happy playing for Pakistan. Let them be at this moment. Unless we reach a resolution, which I think would come. Um, I don't know when. So let's not get in there. But yeah, that's fine. I think if they're playing a tournament, keep it there. Keep it to that. Otherwise, I think who knows when Umran Malik plays for India and Pakistan will start raising objections as well. That Umran Malik should have been playing for Pakistan. So I think he would have found a place in the Pakistan 11 any day. He would have walked into that 11. But yes, I think I firmly believe if everything's legally cleared and thing, let's keep that girl out of this. It's about Sana Mir making that statement. I think she needs to be very careful given the circumstances. Even if she's just looked up Creek info, but she should be knowing, understanding that that very mention would be very sensitive at this moment. Yeah.
तो
Okay,
क्रिक इन्फो की
Pooja
कोई
Sharma.
क्लास लेगा कि नहीं? क्रिक इन्फो की कोई क्लास लेगा कि नहीं? उनको तो वो तो बेचारे
Uh,
जाके ट्वीट किया, सब कुछ किया. What about क्रिक इन्फो? Somebody needs to tell Crick Info that boss, you need to change your profiles a bit, edit your
No,
profiles a bit.
I
I
think
think
they
they've done
changed.
that.
Yeah, Sana Mir tweeted yesterday that they have changed that profile. It's now Pakistan administered Kashmir. That's how they refer to it.
But I hope Mr. Sambitbal finds out who's the person who actually, sort of gave that reference there in the profile.
That's for them to deal with. But there's a question here, Gigi. I want you to answer, and later even Arani from Pooja Sharma. She's very angry with both of you. She's saying TOI Sports, especially Arani, Gigi, and DD, are pro-Pakistan. They are not nationalist enough to take a stand. We need strong nationalists to stand and fight for India in press boxes.
In press boxes, why should we fight
Yeah.
for Indian press boxes? Yeah, there's a battlefield, and there's a proper way to take on. There's a I'm sure a boardroom at the UN and all these places where you take on Pakistan. You don't you play cricket with when you if you come to play cricket. If you have come to play cricket, if you have decided to play cricket with them at multinational events, I'm not talking about bilaterals. Definitely, we should not be playing them in bilateral events. But if you have decided to pursue a policy of playing Pakistan in multi-sports events, then better play it like a normal sport across all events and across all the this thing. Unless of course their cricketers stoop to a new low, which I'm saying that what Harris Rauf does is not justifiable. But please keep it to the sport and to the sporting field and play a normal game and just go home. Yeah. In any case, you're beating them black and blue, so it's fine. I mean, you're beating them comfortably. They were competitive. So why unnecessarily bring so much politics into it and make it so dirty that it looks like it becomes a wrestling match? It starts off as a cricket match and becomes something else by the end of it. I mean, and I'm glad that some of the old timers spoke about it. Kapil Dev sir and the 83. I think almost 2-3 members of the 83 team now. Kapil Dev sir spoke about it. Syed Kirmani sir spoke about it, and I don't know, maybe somebody else also.
I think
So
Kirti has also said something about it.
possibly. So at least I'm so glad that they've spoken about and to brand them as people who have no clue about what is happening at present or what Pakistan is doing at present is also quite silly, I think, because they are also aware of how the circumstances have changed. It's not 1980s anymore, or the 70s where Pakistan exported terrorism to India was not there to Kashmir. It's a problem which has flared up obviously after 89 and gotten really worse and reached its worst possible level in on April 22. But then, still having said all that, when you deal with it in another different way, you don't take your battle to the press box and start fighting Pakistani reporters or make yourself an extreme radical sitting in the press box and firing guns at Pakistan through your pen. I don't think that's fair. I think when you're reporting on sports, like sports persons who are going there to play cricket, our job is to report on the sport and not go beyond that. And if there's a controversy around it, then report it in a neutral fashion and report it in a manner जो आपने देखा है, that is what you write, or या जो what your sources are telling you, instead of taking sides. I don't think that's justified.
Arani, where do you stand?
Yeah, I think press box people. I don't know what people assume what the press box looks like. It's
I
not
think
that.
they're assuming that you're all warriors over there.
Yeah, we are not warriors
Good
there. It's not
horse.
like that the we are bifurcated. There are barricades that the Pakistanis would sit, and if we have covered enough cricket. I would like to bring to your notice that last World Cup in New Zealand, who was that Pakistani player who had a baby in a lap of the entire Indian team, this Women World Cup.
She was the
Yeah,
captain.
Bisma Maruf.
no, she was not the captain. She came back, I think.
No,
Bisma
no, she was
Maruf.
the captain. Bisma
She
Oh
was
Maruf,
the
yeah,
she was the
captain.
Bisma
captain.
Maruf. Yeah,
Bisma,
yeah,
क्या नाम
Bisma
था?
Maruf.
Bisma.
Bisma
Maruf.
Maruf. Maruf.
Bisma
Yeah,
Maruf.
Bisma
Bisma.
Maruf.
She was the
And that
captain.
was at that time that was branded as such an endearing photo. There, so human empathy never dies there. I think. I don't think the cricketers have waged a war in India. I truly believe Pakistan is whatever the stance is. The politicals. I'm side with the political stance that the Indian government is taking. That's fine. You are doing, but please, cricketers are not soldiers. Tilak Verma coming out, and I'm ready to give my life for. You will not die on the cricket field so easily unless something bizarre happens like Phil Hughes. Please, and nobody wishes that happens. That's a very you are entertainers. Entertainers. Cricketers are basically people. We have entertainment tax on your. You pay entertainment tax on the tickets that you buy. Remember that. So keep it to that. You're not soldiers and you're demeaning the soldiers. What they go through, the families go through, you're demeaning it at a big scale. Those soldiers don't get paid crores for standing on the front at minus 30 degrees and everything. Please don't do that. You have done it, you made your country proud, that's it. Don't try to be soldiers because you won't be anywhere close to the soldiers, what they or the policymakers, everything. Uh, this tournament was built like that. I think it was unfortunate how this tournament was built, but our best response, and we have given them the response that you are nowhere close to us as a nation or as a cricket team. So don't build this unnecessary pressure on yourselves. You never know. Like Asia Cup final could have gone either way. Had Pakistan held their nerve and shown some experience and everything, they could have gone the other way. Would you have asked Tilak Verma to apologize to the Pahalgam victims then? Would you have done that? Would you have called them traitors? We have gone back 30 years. We thought that we have moved on from burning effigies and everything. This mob mentality, I think I fear for this mob mentality. I think so. Best thing happened with social media was that it's all limited to trolling. No, there were no stones being pelted on their houses or effigies were burnt and everything. There was no threat to the security of players if they lost a match. I think the last incident happened was in 2003 World Cup when India lost to Australia. But yes,
And 2007
uh,
as well.
seven, I think. Yeah, 2007. Yeah, when we lost to Bangladesh. I think we had moved on as a country and we should behave like that. That we are the superior breed here at this moment. If you at all you believe, you try and get into mudslinging, you will only stoop to their levels. Let it be. India were, I think, not shaking hands. ठीक है एक statement दे दिया but India did not stoop to mocking dead people and everything like what Haris Rauf was doing. So yes, so you don't stoop there. And honestly, beating this Pakistan team should not be a big thing for you at this moment. If you look at it rationally, at this moment, if you are uh, branding this entire the win as a World Cup win, I'm sorry, you're going south with your cricket then. Afghanistan and Bangladesh beating Pakistan in a final is a big thing for them. This Asia Cup was never meant to challenge India's T20 team. I'm sorry if you are coming out of it like warriors. I think you doubt your own capabilities here. Seriously, if you are the
Okay.
boss, behave like a boss on the cricket field at this
Okay.
moment.
I've got a few questions which I'll club and ask both of you.
Hmm.
Uh, Arvind Atreyas, one of our regulars, he says, why BCCI and Jay Shah not showing their power? He also says since Champions Trophy 25, Pakistan is showing more power than BCCI. And Bhavik Aswani says last 20 days has proven the point. BCCI is strong only on paper. Why are they so defensive? No action against Mohsin Naqvi. Richest board, but no power. Gigi first and then Arani.
Which of the questions should I take? The
No,
Jay Shah one or the Naqvi one?
BCCI, yeah, BCCI, Jaisha not showing their power and that Champions Trophy, they got a better
Chalo,
deal in the sense
yeah, I think let's
because,
club all of it together. Let's club
yeah,
all of it together. And
yeah.
basically, the point that I think the viewers have is that why is BCCI not showing its power and flexing its
Because,
muscles?
because even
Yeah,
in Champions Trophy, they got a better deal in the sense that India will, Pakistan will also not come to India. India has to travel to Colombo to play Pakistan on Sunday and during the T20 World Cup. And also till 27, they are not coming to India for any ICC event. So I want both your opinions. First
but
you, Gigi, and then
this
Arun.
is yeah, but Chandresh, this is beyond cricket, na? वो तो उनकी, I mean, I think 3 games हो चुके हैं in which they are not coming. I mean, Faizan Dakhani, a Pakistani reporter whom I know very well, he has said that I saw his tweet the other day that the PHF has very clearly mentioned it that they are not good. They've told the World Hockey Fed, IHF, I think, in this case, that they are not traveling for the Junior Hockey World Cup to India. And they want their games moved to a neutral venue. ठीक है उसके पहले we saw the Asia Cup hockey in which they didn't go. I think रांची में जो टूर्नामेंट था राजगीर में या
Rajgir में.
राजगीर में then अभी
I
वर्ल्ड
think this
पैरा
Paralympics में भी एक
they boycotted that. Okay,
Para
so
athletics.
3 events done हुए हैं जिसमें कि they have not come. How do you expect them to come in cricket events, which is the most charged up? And after what has happened, all that, I mean, बाकी
But
sports में तो
the
बेचारे से होता भी नहीं है.
but Gigi, that Champions Trophy thing happened before, much before in January. January,
Champions
February they
Trophy में
walked
तो
out.
दोस्त हमारा Champions Trophy BCCI got away with everything that it wanted. No,
No,
we
no,
didn't go to Pakistan.
uh, but
We
but they
virtually killed the tournament in
but
Pakistan and moved it to
no, no,
Dubai.
no, no, no. But before the Champions Trophy, they worked out an agreement whereby Pakistan said we will not come to India till 27. But India kept insisting they have to come to India for 26 World Cup, T20 World Cup. But Pakistan got away with that. And they said we will not come to India for T20 World Cup.
अरे
And it is now
चंद्रेश,
signed agreement between India and
but
Pakistan.
let me tell you, the T20 World Cup is being co-hosted, and
yeah,
it is not because of Pakistan India Pakistan issue that was assigned before.
No,
So
but I'm saying
so there's
what I'm trying to say
even
is
in the
that
2011 World Cup, Pakistan only came for the semi-final.
so,
If
but even in this
yeah.
Women's World Cup, originally it was supposed to be only India. It was only because of that fusion agreement that was signed in Jan Feb, much before the
that's
Pahalgam
fine.
incident.
But
That's
चंद्रेश
fine.
वो
See,
ऑप्शन ही
They
नहीं है
get a
ना.
better deal. Huh?
अरे
No, no,
दोस्त, but वो ऑप्शन ही नहीं है ना.
but,
You cannot
but
kick out Pakistan. It's a hockey. Cricket is a sport played by 8-9 countries,
no,
virtually
no,
6-7
no.
countries.
What I'm trying to, what I'm asking, what the question is that before Champions Trophy, they got a better deal in the sense that they said we will not come to India. This hockey World Cup and para athletics and all has happened after Pahalgam, after Operation Sindhu. But the Women's World Cup, the fusion agreement that they agreed on, that if you don't come, we'll also not come. The
हाँ, so
question
that
is,
हाँ.
this was much before the Pahalgam incident. So why are they getting the better of India since Jan Feb, even before the Pahalgam incident?
No,
What
they
has
not
haven't.
happened?
better
No.
of their
अरे
equal
better
terms.
मतलब
They have
23 they came to play to India to a World Cup. You didn't go there in 25 with the Champions Trophy. Who's got the better deal? You've got the better deal.
you did not
they
travel for the Champions Trophy either. Yeah,
sorry. Yeah,
the Indian team was based
They should have come to
on.
India for the Women's World Cup. If we had power, if
नहीं
India had
नहीं
power,
they
they should have
can't.
come.
अरे भाई मेरे वो नहीं हो सकता. वो possible ही नहीं था because once you didn't travel to Pakistan for the Champions Trophy, then Pakistan was very clear that if you can't come to Pakistan for events, and in fact even the hockey guy, I heard their hockey chief talking about it, and he said other than the tensions, their cricket team doesn't come to play here. So why should our teams go and play in India? Their stand
See,
has been very
one.
clear across
No,
sports
no,
now. Yeah.
but
No,
this stand
other.
of
No,
hockey
Chandresh.
अरे
happened after
चंद्रेश
Pahalgam.
अरे
But
पहलगाम
before
Chandresh.
forget
Pahalgam,
पहलगाम चंद्रेश forget पहलगाम
we
I'm
can't
saying
forget
once
Pahalgam,
No,
Gigi. We
Mohsin
can't forget
Naqvi.
Pahalgam. We can't forget
Mohsin
Pahalgam.
Naqvi. See, listen. What happened was the previous regime of till the 23 World Cup. It was Najam Sethi who was running Pakistan Cricket Board. Mohsin Naqvi, an so-called elected member of their parliament, the interior minister takes over. and we know who he reports to. The most powerful guy in Pakistan. I don't know if we are allowed to take the general's name, a field marshal's name. So the tensions were building up there itself. And we know that Field Marshal of Pakistan is a radical guy, a radical person, and everything. He has been making statements against India. He would not have taken it from his minister to just be run over by BCCI every time. I think that's the first time when Pakistan put down their foot. Okay, this is not done. If you're not sending your teams to our country, we will also not travel. I think they demanded equality. I don't think they have got a better deal here. Even in the Champions Trophy, the whole debate was how come India did not get to travel, move around the venues.
Yeah.
Well, two teams who never knew where they will be playing their semi-finals were in Dubai. Then they came back to Lahore, and everything was happening. The entire debate was that India got their unfair advantage. So India had the better deal at this moment. People are getting emotional at this moment, but I think what see, I don't know if this will be
So,
perceived
Arani, there is
wrongly here.
also there is this point that
Hmm.
there was this report at that time when the fusion agreement was worked out after Jai Shah became chairman of ICC, that there will also be a tri-series to compensate for Pakistan. Now that will not
No, I
happen,
don't think
but
that was. I don't think that was on paper. That
that
never
was on
happened on
paper.
paper.
That was
Was
on
it?
paper. That was part of the agreement that there will be tri-series every year to compensate Pakistan.
ये सब understanding
So,
था Chandresh. It wasn't. They can never.
It
They
was
can
not.
never promise this. They can never. Are
They
Srinivasan
cannot.
could not agree. Could not honor a document that he signed in 2015
एफटीपी नहीं
about
साइन का.
Pakistan
एफटीपी तो बाद
favoring
में
the
बनेगा ना.
maritime between India and Pakistan.
एफटीपी तो
They
फिर
had
मार्च में
signed that.
बनेगा ना.
So, Anukram Sachan has a question for you, Gigi. He's saying, my question to Gigi, sir. Do you think BCCI is on back foot rather than playing on front foot in this Asia Cup controversy? Because Mohsin Naqvi doing everything to mock BCCI and BCCI did nothing to Naqvi.
See, Mohsin Naqvi has not come to India and done something and run away. He's done something in Dubai. It's a third country where the action has taken place. Now it depends on how your offices are, how you can use those offices in UAE to convince the local authorities there to hand over the trophy and the medals to us. That is obviously, I'm sure back-channel talks are going on with Naqvi also. That is what the BCCI officials, top BCCI officials, told me very clearly that अब back-channel talks चलेंगे and there will be efforts to convince him that he has to change his stand because it can get very ugly again for him only, because impeachment or वो सब हो सकता है. There will be obviously formal complaint against him in the ICC, and India will obviously try to remove him as the SEC chairman and this thing. But then for that also you need international support. You need other countries to support you. In the Asian Cricket Council and the International Cricket Council, and it is not that easy. Believe me, for all the money, power, all the financial clout that we have. Pakistan is also a country which is backed by certain countries. So, and the world views it as an India versus Pakistan problem. It's not like it's the world versus Pakistan. So that is why we have to be, I'm sure BCCI is using it best of its offices to sort of sort this mess out.
And then my only issue here is, see, Mohsin Naqvi has the free hand from his government since he is the minister there, interior
Absolutely.
minister. Yeah, he has the free hand there. He could, yes, he
Arani
backs
is
his
also
team.
Arani is also a very powerful minister. I was
Yeah,
told by the BCCI guys that he was he was in the intruge
interior
which
minister.
went to
He's the home
Donald
minister,
Trump
effectively
to
home
meet Donald
minister.
Trump
Yeah,
for the
yeah.
breakfast meeting that
Yes.
that general
So,
had with him.
so he could stand by his team.
Yeah.
For BCCI, it has to always take permission from the government before dealing with Pakistan in any way. Like we have discussed, if the Indian team had taken a stand like this, it must have been cleared by the government. My only issue with BCCI here is that you did not speak a word during the issue. After the
Yeah.
tournament was won and everything, the secretary pops up at 12 in the night, at 1 in the night,
Yeah.
people are at his place and
He should have been in
giving.
Dubai fighting for
Yeah,
fighting for
Yeah.
so
India.
that's the
He should have given
people. There
bites.
was
I
the
think
so
guys
if
क्या हो
you
गया कि इधर टूर्नामेंट इधर वुमेन्स वर्ल्ड कप मैच था ना ओपनर सो ही हैड टू
That
बी
doesn't
नहीं
प्रेजेंट फॉर दैट.
matter. That doesn't matter.
जी
गुवाहाटी में हो रहा था उसका होम टाउन में.
So what? So
बॉम्बे
what?
एजीएम दोपहर के 2 बजे खत्म हो गया था डेढ़ पौने 2 घंटे का फ्लाइट है दुबई बॉम्बे
But
से।
they wanted to take a principled stand that we will not watch the Asia Cup final because
तो
it is in
प्लेयर्स को
Pakistan.
ढकेल दिया, मेरा इशू है कि प्लेयर्स को ढकेल दिया वहां पे तुमने, और
Agree
तुम
with
लोग
you.
कोई स्टैंड सामने नहीं आए।
Arani, that
माई ओनली
stand,
इशू
I
वाज
agree with you. That stand should have come on day one itself. वो जो first day
या
handshake हुआ था, when the
कि
entire world was shocked.
दे
यार
शुड
Indian
हैव
के
सेड
साथ नहीं
वी
हो रहा है.
स्टैंड बाय द प्लेयर्स।
Yeah, next day morning, the BCCI should have
Whatever the
come out with this stand.
when they were lodging complaints and everything, Naqvi was giving statements left,
Yeah,
right, center. India,
agree with
where
you.
we got to know through sources that India has lodged
हाँ,
complaints.
correct, correct.
Nothing came on their social media handles or press releases or anything. My issue was that the players were left alone. The players were left to deal with it. Had they lost the match, I bet none of the BCCI officials would have come out that we support. I think during some meeting, if the reporters hounded them, they would say, we support our cricketers, we urge the people to support our cricketers. But yes, you have created this situation where the cricketers are made to play the soldiers here, and that is very wrong at this moment. Yes, BCCI I think, took a conservative step, and they let the players, I think they threw the players under the bus here. My only issue with BCCI here is that
After
they
asking them to
should
do
have,
what they did, Arani, after
Yeah.
yes,
asking them to do what they did,
एंड
they threw them.
वुमेन्स वर्ल्ड कप तो अब शुरू हुआ ना, और एशिया कप तो पहला मैच कब 10 तारीख को 14 तारीख को था ना हमारा,
हाँ
हाँ,
पाकिस्तान के साथ। अरे दो ऑफिशियल वहां जाओ ना, बैठो
हाँ
वहां पे, क्या है, तुम भी तो
हाँ
एसीसी के मेंबर्स हो,
नहीं, एक
डर क्यों रहे
स्टेटमेंट
हो?
होना चाहिए था. I agree with you. एक स्टेटमेंट होना चाहिए था.
Ashish Shelar was anyways not part of the AGM. He could have gone. He's a director
And
of
he's
ACC.
also a minister, he's also an MP at this moment.
But
MLA,
guys, there should have been
MLA.
a simple mail in
MLA,
our
sorry, हाँ.
mailboxes the next day after the first match that look, the players are not to be this thing. This is a stand that the BCCI and the Indian government has taken regarding its sportspersons. There will be no handshakes, nothing. But then I think वो नहीं दे सकते because वो Olympics में उसको पाकिस्तान use करके and it can get our case very badly
यार
influenced
ये
for
मैं
the.
ओलंपिक्स मैं ये ओलंपिक्स का
और
राग सुन सुन के थक गया हूँ यार. मतलब यू हैव टू टेक अ स्टैंड समवेयर यार.
नहीं
नहीं,
ओलंपिक्स
वही
ओलंपिक्स
मेरा वही है,
2036 में.
वो स्टैंड हो गया जब सब सारा झमेला हो गया, लड़ लिया, प्लेयर्स ने मैच जीत लिया, रात के 1 बजे सेक्रेटरी साहब घर पे बुला के सबको बाइट्स दे रहे हैं। आई थिंक वो
सबको भी नहीं,
पहले
खाली
दे
ये
दो
नहीं,
ना।
खाली ये नहीं, that's it.
ए
ये
ने
नहीं.
पीटीआई का भी
कोमल
एक
सिंह
बूम देखा था मैंने शायद।
Komal Singh says
ये right.
because during the century BCCI is the most powerful cricket board, and Komal Singh then further goes on to say there's one more comment that Komal has made. Our Indian cricketers gave their blood and sweat and won us the
नहीं,
Asia
ब्लड
Cup.
तो किसी ने नहीं
हाँ,
दिया,
blood
ब्लड
नहीं
किसी ने
दिया.
नहीं दिया,
Immense
प्लीज।
pressure, but this useless coward BCCI could not get our trophy back from the thief Naqvi. What's
See,
your take?
if you talk about, I think after the Pulwama, when the 2019 World Cup was happening, Vinod Rai was in charge. He gave out statement that we'll raise this issue that any country where terrorism emanates from should not be allowed in ICC or in tournaments and everything. That fizzled out. People भूल गए वो पुलवामा, क्योंकि सोल्जर मरे थे ना, सिविलियंस नहीं मरे थे उसमें। आई थिंक पीपल ऑल्सो नीड टू बी वेरी रैशनल। नहीं होता है, ये गवर्निंग बॉडी नहीं है, ये डिप्लोमेटिक इशू है, लेट देम हैंडल इट। वो आईसीसी में कोई बैठ के ना ऐसा नहीं होगा भाई, वो लोग जांच नहीं कर रहे कौन किस पे अटैक किया है, वो काउंसिल से आता है। वट एवर सैंक्शंस आर बीइंग मेड, आई थिंक इजराइल पे, आई थिंक इजराइल इज ऑल्सो रनिंग द रिस्क फ्रॉम फीफा एयर। In a few days there will be some issues with FIFA and Israel when they will face all that. लेकिन वो आता है दूसरी जगह से, when the country has been proven, यहाँ पे प्रॉब्लम कुछ और है। ये दो, it's a skirmish between two neighbors. I'm not saying what Pakistan is doing is right, but what Pakistan has done after the 2008 blast is that they carry out these attacks in small numbers. वो आग से ना चुभती नहीं है, छोटे छोटे करके निकल गए। This time they overstepped, and these attacks don't consume a lot of money as well. To carry out an attack of that magnitude requires a lot of funding at this moment. So I think Pakistan is playing a different game with India, and you cannot, मतलब ये तो border में soldier का skirmish हुआ ना, civilians getting killed, then that's when it's things are raised to UN and everything at that moment. उसके बाद sanctions आते हैं, ये आते, तो ICC cannot at this moment judge कि नहीं ये तो लोग खराब है। अरे वो कहीं और से तुम अकेले आईसीसी कैन नॉट प्रोनाउंस पाकिस्तान अ टेररिस्ट स्टेट एट दिस मोमेंट. दैट्स पीपल को टेक्निकलिटीज होता है, वो बहुत बड़ा ह्यू एंड क्राई हो जाएगा आईसीसी में ये सब हो रहा है. एंड वी नो हु हेड्स आईसीसी एंड अनदर डिप्लोमेटिक और पॉलिटिकल चालू हो जाएगा. So I think before the Champions Trophy also, Pakistan wanted to get this thing done. They waited for Jai Shah to take over ICC and then build that pressure. कि अब तुम न्यूट्रल होके दिखाओ. बीसीसीआई से तो तुम कर लोगे, जो अदर उधर बैठा हुआ है उससे करवा लोगे काम तुम, एंड देन यू कैन नॉट ब्लेम एनीवन. Now they can play. This is a perception game. Please understand. This is a perception game that's been played out. And cricket's biggest problem is that you have just 8, 9, 10 teams to play. That's why they cannot bring in this two-tier system. What's there in football? India need to qualify. 4 level qualify करके फिर वर्ल्ड कप क्वालिफायर्स अगर कभी क्वालिफाई कर सकते हो. ये नहीं हो सकता है. पाकिस्तान को अब तुम नहीं कर सकता. अगर टू टायर सिस्टम आ गया तो पाकिस्तान नीचे ही पड़ी रहेगी. नीचे ही पड़ी रहेगी. ये जो साल में थोड़े बहुत पैसे आ जा रहे हैं वो नहीं आएंगे. वो सारी चीजें आपको देखना पड़ेगा.
अनुक्रम सचन का क्वेश्चन है जीजी आपके लिए. You're on mute, Gigi. Gigi sir, do you think if Jai Shah was the secretary of BCCI, then this Asia Cup controversy would have been resolved very fast? राजीव शुक्ला और आशीष शेलार इनसे कुछ नहीं हो पाएगा. ये अपना स्टैंड नहीं रख पाते.
I didn't get if Jai Shah was the secretary, then the Asia Cup was solved very frequently. नहीं यार, I don't think so. I'm sure Rajiv Shukla and Jay and Ashish Shelar also did a good job at the ICC meeting and at the ACC meeting and tried their best to convince Naqvi to change his mind. And I
That's
believe
the point. Why convince? Take a stand. Be strong in your position.
but it's not an I mean, I'm sure they pointed it out as wrong. They have. I mean, they have pointed out as wrong. Rajesh Shukla very clearly told.
But like Gigi pointed out, they will need support from other countries, no? Bangladesh.
Yeah.
What is the point of having
outvote that?
If you have money, you can't take a stand. Others are not supporting you.
नहीं होता वैसा. It doesn't. Money cannot buy everything, Chandresh. There are other issues also. It's not so easy to crush Pakistan in an international this thing. वैसा होता तो बहुत सारे sanctions और लग चुके होते पाकिस्तान पे. Beyond sports, if you talk about how we deal with them in the UN and all, वो नहीं होता है. It's not so easy to sort of, you have to build a pressure consistently. So that process has begun because nobody, I'm told in the ACC meeting, no country appreciated Naqvi's act of taking away the trophy. Nobody supported Pakistan. A few countries did support India. Sri Lanka supported India. खाली ये कि हाँ पाकिस्तान में अपना केस ये बना रहा है कि देखो Naqvi was there on the stage for such a long time and he was made to feel like a joker. He didn't even get to receive give the trophy to the Indian.
Komal Singh says told players not to take their hard-earned trophy, but themselves doing back-channel talks with Naqvi, Joker BCCI. She's saying that it's actually BCCI which is the Joker, not Naqvi, because they are doing back-channel.
I think all these questions would have been put to rest had there been a BCCI official present by the side of the Indian team there at the ground. अगर नहीं हुआ वहां पे बोलते कि हम लड़े, वहां पे हमने स्टैंड लिया, नहीं लिया भाई. So that's the issue here.
और नकवी को ये भी बोला गया कि 2022 में Jai Shah, I think Arani had covered that Asia Cup in UAE, that Jai Shah did not present the trophy. It was the
Jai Shah did not turn up. Pakistan and Sri Lanka were playing.
He took a principal
Sri Lankan Cricket Board president, the then Sri Lankan Cricket Board president Shami Silva,
because they were the hosts. Because they were the hosts.
Sri Lankan team. So this whole logic that Naqvi has held कि नहीं मैं ACC president हूँ, मैं ही
नहीं, वो 2015 में भी वो जो कमल मुस्तफा को हटा दिया गया था ना वो वर्ल्ड कप
श्रीनिवासन landed up ना and presented the trophy. So ये ego वो है, ego battle है, but then at the same time ego battle दोनों sides है. We have also taken a stand.
Naqvi is, see, this is a perception game. We are also not
giving that fair any this thing bhav, no. So and he also did not expect to do that after the way he has tweeted and anti-India stuff.
Yeah, Naqvi is playing this perception game that India is not a well-behaved country at this moment. That's what he's trying to play. Project. I am there. You cannot honor the chair and honor the. That's the problem. That's how they want to paint India as the evil here. I think that's how he's playing the game right now.
Cristiano Ronaldo says, people say India should not mix politics and sports. Look at Pakistan. No Indian commentators acts like them. Shameless. Sahil Malhotra has a question for you, Gigi. He's one of our regular subscribers. He says, Gigi sir, will West Indies protest against Jurel's dedication to Indian Army? Is it within rules, sir?
Will the Indian team support Jurels?
No, will
West
West Indies
Indies.
protest against
Yeah.
Jurel's dedication of his century to Indian Army? Is it within rules?
अरे यार वो अभी इस चीज का प्रोटेस्ट और इसका कोई वही नहीं होएगा, एंड ही नहीं होएगा. जुरेल आई मीन ठीक है, उसने अपना 100 बनाया, मेडन टेस्ट 100, और फिर उसने डेडिकेट कर दिया इंडियन आर्मी को. दैट्स ओके. आई
His
मीन
father is a ex-army man, no?
yeah,
Can he
his
do
father
that?
is a he's not really
Considering
directing it at.
considering that they said that Surya Kumar Yadav will be fined, can Jurel do that?
Sky did it as a this thing right after the India Pakistan match, that we dedicate the
He
victory
made
to
it.
the
He
Pahalgam
made it.
victims and
He did
armed
not
forces.
say. He did not say it after the
Yeah,
first
he
match.
did not spell out Pakistan's name, which
But he did
unfortunately
not do it in the
Karnataka
first
did.
match as well. They won a match before that. They could have
नहीं, but
said
वो
it at that
हाँ,
moment.
correct. Because he did it after Pakistan match, that is why Pakistan had a serious issue with it. That what are you trying to say, types like that, and you're mixing the politics and the sports part. And he also said that some things are bigger than sportsman spirit and all that. I think he told that to a Park scribe only. So he came out all guns blazing basically in that press conference. And since then, things have not remained the same. So like that, it's not like we have also been very mellowed down, and we have also come out all guns blazing in the press conferences there, and sort of made it clear completely that we are playing Pakistan, but we have our own stand against them.
Okay, Ayush Jindal has a question. It's a 40 rupees super chat. Arani, why don't you take that? Olympic 36 में है, 11 साल में कुछ भी हो सकता है. मतलब
बहुत
he's
कुछ
saying
हो
that
सकता है. हम इंडिया टूर कर रही होगी पाकिस्तान में, वो भी हो सकता है. कारगिल जिस गवर्नमेंट के अंडर हुआ था, उसी गवर्नमेंट ने और मुशर्रफ ने मिलके वही 2004 का वो बड़ा सीरीज करवाया था. सो बहुत कुछ होता है. यू नेवर नो विथ वर्ल्ड पॉलिटिक्स एंड एवरीथिंग, नो, कैसे इक्वेशंस चेंज होते हैं. ये इट डिपेंड्स कि पता नहीं पाकिस्तान बिहेव्स बेटर, hands over a few terrorists here and there from global pressure and everything. Things may change. I will not rule that out. India toured till 2008. India and Pakistan were playing regularly till 2008, from 2004 to 2008. So yes, that can happen. I will. 2036 is far away, and let us. और ये तो हम लोग क्यों assume कर लिए कि ओलंपिक्स इंडिया में हो रहा है यार. अरे बिड तो करने दो, बिड होने दो. वहां पे कौन कौन खड़े हो देखो. पहले मतलब लोगों ने, हमने अनाउंस किया हम बिड करने वाला है, भाई नहीं होता है. ये आईसीसी और इंडियन क्रिकेट नहीं है.
सबसे स्ट्रॉन्ग बेट जर्मनी का है. जर्मनी इज कंप्लीटिंग सेलिब्रेटिंग 100
आप
years of
सऊदी डालेगा वहां पे, सऊदी डालेगा,
Saudi डालेगा.
तो
Yeah.
हाँ.
And I think Qatar also, no? Qatar also. So you're
हाँ.
dealing with two big money bags. One,
कतर के पास फीफा वर्ल्ड कप आया था 2022 में.
and remember that यूरोपियन कंट्री बिट कर रही है, तो पूरा यूरोप उनके पीछे खड़ा होगा.
पहला कि अनाउंस कर दिया कि हम इंटरेस्टेड है, तो हमको देके चले जाएंगे झोली में. नहीं भाई,
सीडब्ल्यूसी मिलेगा हमको.
So that is because no one wants to host
the event that should not happen. An event which reminds us that we were slaves to the British. Yeah.
Shubh Gupta has sent a 20 rupee super chat. Thanks a lot. On the occasion of Dashera, thanks a lot for this super chat. Chirag Patel has a super chat worth 100 rupees for Gigi, and he's very angry. Gigi, in previous video, which players got selected through social media? What false statement? So why Iyer didn't get selected by seeing TOI report?
अरे अय्यर तो निकल गया
अय्यर
ना.
तो भी 100 मार दिया है दोस्त. उसके लिए तो somebody has reported that he'll be the captain for the ODI series against Australia. So अभी देखते जाओ क्या होता है. Things change. जैसे रानी ने बोला कि you never know, पता चला 2036 में पाकिस्तान is coming for a 5-test tour. You never know. यहाँ players की भी किस्मत बदलती है overnight. So like that. I mean, the same Iyer was in a deep mess not too long back, not being picked for the India T20 team for Asia Cup. Then that whole back problem flared up again. Had to return immediately from Lucknow from that Red Ball series, and now took a 6-month break in Red Ball cricket, and now scored 100 against Australia in the first or second game, and then first game. No, I thought the बारिश हो गया शायद. So like that. Yeah, okay. So we have in fact, I think the second match has taken place. Tilak Verma has scored
94
some runs, I think, in the second game. So Shreyas is pretty much on track and doing well. He doesn't need the TOI or any other publication to push for his case. For the 100th time I'm saying, I just highlighted the fact that he was dropped despite a great IPL in the T20 format for the Asia Cup, and the selectors did not have a plausible explanation for it. They just said only 15 can come in, but he was not even there in the 20. So that is what raised eyebrows. So it was not, it was a bit justified considering कि उधर तो आप उसको suddenly after all that controversies happened उसको ODI आप ODI कैप्टन बनाने का रिपोर्ट आ जाता है. So that means somewhere the BCCI was rattled by the whole controversy. ठीक है ना? Even red ball he was supposed to be, if अगर वो back problem नहीं flare up हुआ होता, he would have been playing this test match today. And Devdutt Padikkal would not have been there in the squad itself, perhaps. So let's not मैं कोई उसके लिए कोई, I'm not his agent or something. If he does well, I will write about him. If he does not do well, I am the guy who broke the story also early last year, that he will not get a contract because BCI contract, because he's been shirking playing domestic cricket. So like that, it's not like I'm sort of looking to bat for him always. And I know that he was a bit upset for me for a while, but then he took it in his stride, and that's how Mumbai cricketers mostly, they sort of accept criticism and move on. So like
GG bats only for India. Ayush Jindal has a 100 rupees super chat for Orani. So GG gets a 100 rupees super chat. Ayush Jindal is sending 100 rupees super chat for Arani. Aranida, please give some IPL update. This is such a boring test match. Irani Cup is much better than this series. Aranida, update on RP fitness also.
RP, I think he's in better shape. I think he's started his cricket. Dhire dhire, I think he's got there. I think it's on social media. He's out and about playing golf properly. So I don't think it will take him long to get back into match fitness. Whether he's picked for the white ball series in Australia, that's a different thing. एंड आईपीएल तो देखो, अभी वो संजू सैमसन का हवा तो 2 महीने से चल रहा है, अभी तक कुछ फॉर्मल आया नहीं उसमें. Mostly, I think at this moment, the IPL teams are figuring out their backroom stuff. This is the time. Let the IPL GC come out with their auction dates and everything, and the trading will start soon. Accordingly, they will. I think they will want to watch the Syed Mushtaq Ali tournament. That plays a very important. वहाँ से और I think things will speed up with the domestic season starting. आईपीएल में बड़ा मूव तो आई डोंट थिंक वो संजू वाला ही एक है जो फॉर्मल होगा कि नहीं होगा. वी डोंट नो येट. वॉट एवर आई हैव हर्ड इज दैट पीपल आर नॉट, सी संजू इज सच अ बिग नेम. If any other teams are not willing to trade their big name, no, Rajasthan Royals will want a big name from the other team if they're giving Sanju away. So they will not pick up a 13th number player or someone who's not assured of his playing place in the playing 11. So that's the issue with trading. If you're that's a big people think that कि बोल दिया निकल जाएंगे, ये ऑक्शन में नहीं जा सकता अभी. वो उसके लिए he has to, मतलब बहुत कुछ लीगैलिटीज है क्योंकि कॉन्ट्रैक्ट से आपका 3 साल का कॉन्ट्रैक्ट था वो आफ्टर द मेगा ऑक्शन एंड एवरीथिंग. तो वो सारा इश्यूज है अभी. चेन्नई सुपर किंग्स ऑब्वियसली बिग टीम टू वॉच आउट, लेकिन आई थिंक वो इट विल हैपन इन ड्यू कोर्स आईपीएल का. लास्ट
Do
ईयर
you
कब हुआ
think
था
Mumbai
वो?
will get a new captain, Sky?
सॉरी,
Do you think Mumbai will change its captain from Hardik to Sky?
I don't think so because Sky is what, 35 now, 35, 36. I don't know if there are already talks if he will continue after the 26 World Cup as an Indian captain. So Hardik is more. They banked on Hardik. See, they've broken the bank to get Hardik back into the franchise. I think that was one of the conditions that he will lead the team. I didn't see that happening. Had that have had to happen, that would have happened a couple of years ago itself, when they were moving on from Rohit. Yes, so I don't think Mumbai Indians will do something. See, they have just somehow steadied the ship after that fiasco. What happened when they removed Rohit from the captaincy and all that negative publicity and all that? They will not try to again rock the boat there. There is discord in the team. I think let that settle down. They will want to hope to get steady that up, and then they will try to see what happens. And I
Okay.
agree with Ayush. This okay. this test match. I feel very sorry for Dhruv Jurel if people will remember this 100 for a while.
Okay, there are two comments. One is from Miljit Ramaswamy. He says, huge respect to Gigi, Arani, and Didi to take a stand against jingoism, nationalism, especially the time we live in, when taking nationalistic stand are convenient and profitable also. Sports, on the other hand, says cricketers do a great job to make the country get together and they improve nationalism. They are no less than soldiers. Do you have a comment on
But
that, Gigi?
Cricketers should stay. What's the last part of his question?
No, it's a
they are
comment.
no
He
less
says
than
that
soldiers.
yeah, they are no less than soldiers.
No, they are nowhere. As Arani said earlier in the show, they have nothing to do with the soldiers. Soldiers do a far more tougher and completely different and a highly job which requires them to make huge sacrifices and risk their lives. Cricketers don't risk their lives. They risk their bodies definitely while playing cricket matches, but or sports persons risk their bodies while playing sports, which we also don't do. We mostly report on we do report on what they write or on how they perform. But then what the soldiers do, nobody it cannot be compared. It is the highest level of to defend your motherland in difficult circumstances, tough weather, tough terrain is a completely different ball game against a very very hostile enemy. So let's not compare. There's nothing that can be compared to that. That is why I always believe sports field pe jo ho raha hai, it should be restricted to the sports field and let the cricketers, let the soldiers guard our borders and
Look,
keep us safe as they have always done and done so. And they also revel and celebrate when India beats Pakistan. I think in the
see,
sporting field, as we have seen, I've
whichever
seen
government,
journalism. I see that report. Ek aati hai next day, ek single column that Indian soldiers celebrate, India's victory over Pakistan in XYZ World Cup match. So we have to
see
try and somehow split the two. I don't know
the
how it will happen.
entire
Mob
the
mentality.
entire debate that the government pitches is that India is a peace-loving country which doesn't attack first and everything. They exercise their right to defend. I think that's the stance at UN also, Chandresh. So the I don't so why you being the aggressor here? If you are a peace, that's my whole issue here with the Asia Cup. What happened? Why you are throwing the first punch here? That's my issue. If you are a peace loving, a
I,
more
th- I,
evolved
I, I
country,
think it's about taking a stand for your country. That's what they're trying to say.
so, yeah, you just say that now before the tournament. Before the tournament, we will, or at the end of the tournament, you do it. You won those matches and you say it. We dedicated to the. वहीं पे तो मैटर खत्म हो गया था ना और वो लोग और that would not have given Pakistan that opportunity to take a stand and create this ruckus, all this create वो तो बस मुंह काला करके चले जाते ना
तो अभी भी किया
मोहसिन नकवी
उन्होंने.
को क्या होता नहीं मोहसिन नकवी के लिए कितना एम्बैरेसिंग हो जाता ठीक है वो जो जिनको रिपोर्ट करता अपने पाकिस्तान में उसको हाउ एम्बैरेसिंग वुड इट हैव बीन फॉर मोहसिन नकवी के ट्रॉफी दे रहा है हंस हंस के मिल के वो भी तो है पीपल शुड व्यू दैट वे एज वेल ठीक है इंडिया हैज टेकन बिकॉज ही इज एन इंटीरियर मिनिस्टर एंड ही इज very integral to the plans and policies of Pakistan, which is waging a war against India. I understand that. But करो ना humiliate करना तो दूसरी तरीके से करो ना be an evolved behave like an evolved we are a very evolved race much more evolved race than our neighbors on both sides I would say so behave like that वो you don't have to stoop to their level जो बचपन में घर पे नहीं बोलते कि यार सड़क छाप लोगों के साथ मत मिलो यार उनके लेवल पे मत जाओ रहने दो उनको खुश रहने दो अपने में एशिया कप लेके जाए वही आई थिंक यू कैन ट्रोल देम ना जो जोक्स आ रहे कि थैंक गॉड लाइव था नहीं तो वो एशिया कप जाके यूएन में दिखा देते कि वी वन द एशिया कप देयर सो है द जोक इज ऑन पाकिस्तान हियर व्हाट नकवी हैज डन everyone has seen who's India who's won the tournament everything behave like an evolved nation you put it across play a legitimate game वो आ जाएगा आप वहां पे छींचा लेकर मिर्चा नहीं आओगे ना अपने ऊपर ही छींटे पड़ेंगे वो छोड़ दो आप
Okay, on that note, thanks a lot, gentlemen, for joining us today. We'll be back tomorrow, looking ahead to the game between India and Pakistan on Sunday. Gaurav, Orani, and to everyone watching,
the
thanks a lot.
women's game you mean you must mention
Yeah, also, as someone said, Operation Sindoor Part 3.
Oh
on
Lord,
Sunday. So
I
we have
don't
not
deeming the
discussed.
soldiers who lost
Yeah, yes,
and the
Sindoor.
people who lost their lives, please. Yeah.
Absolutely. I think we are hurting the sentiments of people by repeating a
Oh, by
cricket
the
match.
way, Vijay Tagore has just reported that the India ODI squad is going to be announced tomorrow, and Rohit Sharma is going to lead, and Virat Kohli are also going to be part of that squad.
चलो ठीक है.
Yeah,
So this,
expected ही है
देखो,
मेरे ख्याल से.
अगर that report had not come out, these were all on expected lines. So ठीक है. Keep it to it.
Vijay Tagore has tweeted, okay. Last I one of the tweets that I see is aggressive Ashish Shelar. This is for वो जो एक हमारे viewer बोल रहे थे ना. Aggressive Ashish Shelar makes things happen for BCCI at the ICC meet. Chaired by Mohsin Naqvi in Dubai, forces BCCI chairman to pass a resolution congratulating India on congratulating India on Asia Cup triumph. This I was told that he didn't even know Naqvi didn't even name India as the Asia Cup winner, and then he was told by Ashish Shelar that you've not even mentioned that.
ठीक है,
yeah.
चलो यार.
Chalo, on that note, thanks a lot.
Right.
Please remember to
Yeah.
like, share, subscribe, and comment on all our videos. That's it for today. We'll be back tomorrow. Till then, take good care of yourselves. It's goodbye and God bless.
Thank you.